Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. As we know, this is a time in which all of us need to be practicing patience, compassion and flexibility, perhaps more than we ever anticipated. And I just wanted to reach out with you to share some thoughts I've been having in terms of the challenges and the privileges that we're able to live and experience as a school community. I'm an optimist, so I'll start with the privileges, and I think the privileges are plentiful. The first one is that all of our children and students at CGB have access to a device, and so they're able to access their learning digitally, which I think is a huge luxury, and a luxury that not all schools are able to enjoy. The second thing is we had a plan before the crisis fell, and it isn't something that we've been scrambling to get going. Originally we thought it was only for cases where we had people on strike, but thanks to the strikes, I have to say, we've been able to polish our processes up. And of course we've been speaking with experts all across the world since this outbreak took place at the beginning of this year, and so we've been able to have a lot of feedback from them to be able to polish our strike plan to make sure that it's robust enough to endure a longer stay at home. And the third thing I should say is that it's constantly being tweaked and monitored and revised based on the feedback that we're getting from you. It's a little bit like flying an aeroplane while trying to build it, but we are doing our best to make sure that the plans we had fit our community's needs. And I was also thinking that perhaps another benefit is it forces all of us to spend some time with our families and be focused on them and be focused on the now. But the challenges are plentiful, especially for our children and for our parents and for our teachers. What you're living as parents was not in the job description of mum or dad when you signed up for this, and everything is new, and you're being tried and tested in ways that you never thought possible. Good luck. Most of you aren't teachers, and that brings additional challenges when your children are at home and need support with their learning. And your kids need you to be a little bit of everything for them. They need you to be their parents, of course. They need you to be their exercise teachers. They need you to be their art teachers. They need you to be their English teachers, because all of this stuff is happening at once in your homes. But then I also started thinking about what the benefits are of being a part of the CGB family. And the first thing is exactly that. We are a family and we understand what you're going through because we are going through it as well. Those of us who have children are living exactly the same challenges that you're living, and they're trying to teach your children while trying to look after their own kids at the same time. But we're here for you and we understand, and if we can support you, then we will. If you need to talk as parents, then we're on call and ready to listen to you. If your children need to talk, we're on call and ready to listen to them and guide them through. If you get sick, our school doctor is on call to meet with you virtually and help you get better. If someone in your house gets sick, our CGB doctor is on call to help you get better. We are all going to need to be aware of the ups and downs that all of us are going to be living, and it's really important that if we're on an up and we see someone on a down, we catch them and we help them see some perspective, and we help find the ways that they need to get back on track so that they can cope in these very uncertain times. There'll be moments when parents get frustrated with school, or frustrated with their kids, or frustrated with their spouse, and it's important that we understand this is normal, that we react appropriately and respectfully, and we help everyone get back on track. And this morning when I was speaking to one CGB mum, she said, what can we do for our children to find ways to socialise with each other at the end of the school day? And of course there are games like Fortnite, which is a great way for them to connect, but perhaps the content isn't quite what we want. And so if anyone has any ideas of some nice ways for our kids to connect and do things together online, remotely, then great. But also if you have any other ideas of what can be done for our kids to be creative and do things away from the screen, then that would also be absolutely fantastic. And you'll know that I've shared in our shared area on the Google Drive a space for parents to be adding things for you to be supporting each other. So when something works, share it, so that other people can also reap those benefits. We need to be modelling for our children and our students the best attitudes in these uncertain times. It's new for them, but it's new for us. But we've had a whole life full of experiences, and so they need to see what resilience looks like. They need to see how we're managing our emotions, and they need to see exactly the kind of behaviour that they expect from us. Of course, we'll have wobbles, and we'll be able to say sorry if that doesn't go according to our plan, but ultimately we definitely need to be leading by examples. If you need anything, please know you can reach out, and I look forward to supporting you as much as I can, and we have the whole CEG team on board as well. And to be honest, I think any teacher at CGB would be more than willing to have a chat if you need it. Stay well, stay in touch, and I hope to see you in school as soon as we're allowed to go back.